What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Inter Arma. Yes, indeed. How about that? Inter Arma making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Skin Spy, and Skin Spy wanted to see me react to this. It is Inter Arma doing a cover of the Prince song, Purple Rain. Now, have I heard this song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. Can't imagine too many people on this planet haven't heard Purple Rain before. It's one of Prince's biggest hits, and it has a ton of commercial success. It's been used in movies, television shows, commercials. I don't know if it's been used in video games. None come to mind, but it's possible. It's been used in a lot of different forms of media. And like I said, it's one of the biggest hits he ever had, and it's gotten a lot of radio play to boot. So, yes, I've heard the song. I am familiar with the song. So I can't do a reaction to the original song, unfortunately. Now, having said that, this is a cover. So I will be basing my evaluation, my reaction, and my score completely on the cover that Inter Arma does. Are they going to do a carbon copy cover? Or are they going to take the song and put their own little spin on it, you know, kind of make it their own? I don't know. I guess we'll have to listen and find out. Let's see. This was posted by Relapse Records, okay? And the video has 29,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Inter Arma, Purple Rain, Prince cover. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
at the chorus. Okay, here's the thing. It's a carbon copy cover. Okay, they're following the roadmap exactly. They took the directions that Prince laid out, and they said, okay, we're gonna follow it note for note, beat for beat, word for word. And that, listen, is there anything wrong with that? No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A lot of bands, they do carbon copy covers because they feel that by doing it exactly like the original, that they're paying homage and they're giving their respects to the original artist. I'm not disagreeing with that. Okay, I'm absolutely not. Me personally, I like it when bands take songs and make it their own, and they put their own spin on it. And I know the first thing people are going to say is, well, they are putting their own spin on it. It doesn't sound anything like it. From a tonal perspective, like guitar tone perspective, vocal delivery perspective, you're right. There are some differences, absolutely, but that's technology. That's effects. That's anything that can be done to enhance tone. But I'm talking about from a songwriting standpoint. The arrangement of the original song is the exact same as this. So it is a carbon copy cover. I absolutely give it that. And I think from a notational standpoint, from an execution of the song standpoint, I think they're doing a fine job. They absolutely are. I'm not going to sit here and say it's better than the original. It's hard for a carbon copy cover to do better than the original. That is tough to do. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've actually heard a couple where they did a carbon copy cover and it was actually, at least in my opinion, it was better than the original. But it's rare and it's really hard to do. They got to really knock it out of the park. It's a lot easier to do that when you take the song and you put your own spin on it and you make it your own. Then it's a lot easier to do. But this sounds good. I'm not the biggest fan of the vocals, if I'm being honest. The vocals are, I mean, don't get me wrong. There were places like we just heard in the original song where Prince kind of went over the top, right? He went over the top, but he had a reason for doing it. This vocalist is doing the same thing, but he's going even more over the top. And it's like, sometimes there is so much as too much of a good thing. That is a real thing, folks. And we saw a good example of it right there. Did it destroy the song? No, it didn't destroy the song, but it definitely made my eyebrows go up and go, really? Okay, sure. But instrumentally, everything sounds fine. I like what's happening within the guitar, doing the counter melodic line against the vocal. I like that. Sounds really good. Maybe bring it down a little bit in the mix. Bring the guitar just a little bit down. It sounds like it's dead even with the vocals, and it doesn't mean to, but it's kind of taking away from the vocals ever so slightly. So maybe bring that down the mix just ever so slightly, and I think we'll nail the mix pretty much. Let's keep going. Let's see how the rest of this goes.
Let it guide you.
Okay. I already know everything that I need to say about this. I've already got everything in my head. I do not need any time to think it over. So we'll just transition over, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Inter Arma with a cover, their cover of the Prince tune Purple Rain. This was a request from Skin Spy. Okay, yeah, this score came to me, honestly, this score came to me about halfway through the cover, and it did not change. It stayed right where it was the entire rest of the song. And all the reasons came to me, but by the time the song ended and that gong hit, before it even finished resonating, I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to say. So, yeah, this all came to me really quick. Before I give my score, just want to remind everybody what I said at the very beginning. I'm familiar with the song. I really don't know how anybody could not have heard the song before. It's probably, in all honesty, it's one of Prince's most famous songs, most popular songs, most radio played songs ever. So I've heard it multiple times. So unfortunately, I can't take the original song into account here. I'm basing my reaction, my evaluation, my score completely on the cover that Inter Arma did. So please keep that in mind, okay? Now, having said all that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that cover a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.6. What does that mean? Well, a 7.6 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good cover. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay. Keeping in mind that this is a cover, I was really curious to see what type of cover this band was going to do, what Inter Arma was going to do with this cover. Were they going to do a carbon copy cover where they follow the roadmap exactly the way that Prince laid it out? Or are they going to take the song and go in a little bit of a different direction with it and make it their own, song and, put their own spin on it? They went the carbon copy cover route. Now, look, is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you are going to commit to doing, if you're going to do a carbon copy cover, then you better do a carbon copy cover straight across the board. It better be, exact. And gotta say, in all the places it needed to be exact, it was. The chordal progression was the same. Notational selection was the same. Melodic lines were the same. It was very identifiable. Like the minute the song started, I was like, yep, there it is. I know exactly where we're going. And within the first 5 seconds, I was like, okay, they're doing a carbon copy cover. And is there, like I said, anything wrong with that? No. They committed. They absolutely committed. And I got to give them props for that. They did take, okay, when I say they, I'm using that as a generalization. It's really more the guitar player than anything else. The guitar solo, he took some liberties. Now, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't exactly like the guitar solo is. It wasn't exactly perfect like the original guitar solo that Prince played was. Is that okay? Yeah, it is. It's a solo. It's not the defining part of the song, obviously. But it is an important part of the song. Taking the liberties the way that he did, it was tastefully done. It's not like he went, balls to the wall crazy, with, the sweep picking and arpeggios and, the tapping and, stuff like that. He didn't go nuts with it, which I was really happy to see. He stayed very respectful to the style of the original, and I appreciate that. I absolutely do. Most of what I heard, I had absolutely no problem with. I was really happy to hear the harmonies in the chorus. When he did the first chorus solo, I was like, okay, well, they did that on the original too. they didn't kick in the harmonies until the second chorus. Let's see if they do. And they did. It was really good to hear the additional voicings in the chorus. That was very pleasing to the ear. My only real gripe about this song, and take this for what it's worth. I mean, it's really more personal preference than anything, but it is something I do feel needs to be pointed out. I have always said this about doing covers. If you're going to do, whether you're doing a carbon copy cover or you're putting your own spin on it, notational, yes, it's important to emulate the original. It should be recognizable. Even if you take the song and make it your own and put your own spin on it, it should be recognizable, okay? And they did a fine job of it. It was very recognizable. There was no guesswork involved. Vocally, when you're doing a cover, this is just me, okay? I personally don't feel the vocalist should try to sound like the original vocalist. And this guy was trying. He was really trying to do all the voice inflections and everything else that Prince did. Here's the thing. When Prince did it, when Prince would go over the top and he would get the exaggerated, attacks and, go over the top with the notational and the pinching and everything like that, it was believable. It was absolutely 100% believable. You felt it in his voice. With this vocalist, I hate to say it, but it came off as fake. It did. I didn't feel it like I did with Prince. And I wonder what would happen if they were to redo this cover and have the vocalist, don't try to sound like Prince. Be yourself. Sound like yourself. Sing like yourself. I think it would have been far more believable, and I think it would have been far more sellable. I wasn't buying it. When it came to the vocal performance, I wasn't buying those inflections and over the tops because, like I said, it came off fake. The notation, the main lines, like within the chorus, the main lines within the verses, sounded good. They sounded really nice, and he delivered. But like I said, the inflections like that Prince would do, I wasn't buying it. So that part did come off as fake, but it didn't affect the score a whole lot. I mean, seriously, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of a point difference. It's not a big deal, but I did want to mention it. In closing, I'm just going to say this. There is absolutely no denying the contributions that Prince contributed to the music industry. And I'm not just saying this as a performer. I'm saying this to the music industry as a whole. Whether it be his approach to songwriting, his approach to recording, where he would literally play every single instrument on every single song on his albums. He played everything. He didn't hire musicians. To performing, to you name it. I mean, he had a tremendous impact on the music industry. And when he passed away, it was not a surprise at all to me that all of these bands, whether they be no-name bands or, hugely successful bands, it seems like there were a lot of tributes, a lot of covers of Prince's material. The funny thing is, everybody did the same song. Everybody did Purple Rain. I kept waiting for somebody, to do a cover of, I don't know, how about Little Red Corvette or Raspberry Beret, Let's Get Crazy, 1999, When Doves Cry, Diamonds and Pearls, Cream. How about Get Off? I think I can see a lot of bands doing Get Off and just doing a killer cover of it, especially if they put their own little spin on it. But he had so many hit songs, and it just seems like every single person did a cover of Purple Rain. Not trying to discredit that song. It's one of the best songs Prince ever wrote, absolutely. But it wasn't the only song that Prince wrote. And I kind of wish there was a little more variety to, the covers that bands did as tributes to his memory. I think that would have been a lot more interesting, but unfortunately, it just seems like every band did Purple Rain, and 90% of the bands did a carbon copy cover. So, but look, I mean, as long as they sound good, that's all that matters. And respect was paid, homage was paid, and you got to give credit to them for that. So 7.6, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.